Bob, obviously it's a good time for a guy to step up and make a play. What can you say about Burns' effort there, breaking the tie?
That's amazing. I think at that point in the game, we were just, we were taking on a little water. We took we had some kills in the third period. And at that point in time is, you're trying to maintain at least the point and trying to win it in overtime. And, if you get a break, great. But, guys like that, elite players, they find ways to make huge differences in the game. And that's exactly what Burnsy did. It was, we needed that. I think, I thought we played pretty well all game. And again, they're close games. We're not blowing anybody out. We're not putting 4 and 5 in the net on most nights. So it was a big goal.
Timo was on that line with Gambrell and Gregor tonight. Dropping him down to that third line, were you trying to send a message to him? And regardless, or you like the way he responded to that assignment?
Love the way he responded. And the message was, I guess it was twofold. Yeah, I wanted, him to get his 5-on-5 game going a little bit and, bring some physicality to the table. That's where I think he's at his best. You saw that tonight. I thought that he was a beast out there. I thought that he, every time his line was out there, he's taking pucks to the net and dragging people on his back. He was finishing on the forecheck, all those kind of things. So, that line played well together. So, and on the road, you're always looking for a different look. We talked about us adjusting and making some adjustments from game to game when you're playing these back-to-back games. Inserting him down there and putting Noah Gregor on that line, I thought made us faster in our bottom six. And, I think it's a harder matchup for the other team. So, it worked tonight.
Curtis?
Brent, I'm sorry, Bob, do you think Brent was a little bit fired up after what he saw, Greenway, what it looked like Greenway did to Hurdle there?
I think that, last game it was the same thing with Mario, and and that's his job. He's an agitator. He's a good player. He's an agitator, and sometimes those things sort of fire up guys and bring teams together. And I thought that we did a good job of getting 5 guys in there and sending the message and sticking up for ourselves. And I wasn't overly happy about how we responded last game when it happened to Mario. So that brings a team closer together, and good things happen when you stick together. So I thought it was a good message, and I love the way we responded after that.
So it's a confidence builder for your team, considering you've got Colorado next and then Vegas after that.
We talked about that before the game in our pregame meeting is how important these 2 points are, going into Denver against a real good hockey team. And then, our first 2 games being at home, but in Arizona against another good team. So this was important. I think that, I think you can see our game is growing in areas. I thought Jonesy made some stops at the right time, and we got one on our power play. We wanted that was huge for us, and our penalty kill came up big at the end of the game on that last penalty. So there's a lot of good things, and it's slowly getting better. I liked our puck protection down low. I liked our we're getting some zone time now, and the good things will happen if we keep playing with that structure.
Shang.
We've asked you a lot about Eric, of course, this year, and asked you about Mark recently. But, with Brent, do you think that was his best game this season, or has he been pretty consistent for you? He seemed very strong, both offensively and defensively, apart from his goal tonight.
Shane, are you talking about Pickles?
No, Brent Burns. Just how would you rate his season so far? And tonight he seemed very strong, both sides of the puck.
Yeah, I thought he's had a real good start to the season. I think, in the system here, it's there's a lot of onus on defense, to make a little more decision making. With Burnsy, he's sorting that out, and you could tell he's getting more confident and aggressive down low, and he's just been real aggressive, which is great. And that's the reason we separated, Pickles and Carlson tonight, and put Ferraro with Carlson and Burns with Pickles. Just we felt that we needed a little more jump and aggressiveness down low in each of those pairings. So, and it worked tonight. But back to your question, I think Brent was he's had a great start. He's come up big at times, and his defensive game doesn't get enough credit. It really doesn't. I think that, in the past, people talk about, some of his defensive gaps. I think he's playing great defensive hockey right now.
And what did you like about the addition of Noah onto the line? You said that you liked Steph Nathan's game the last game, and so it seemed like it was.
I did, and I talked to Steph about that. He wasn't coming out because I thought, he didn't play well. There's going to be adjustments every night, especially in this format. And I've made the guys well aware of that. And, as hard as it is to tell a guy, hey, you played pretty well last game and you're coming out, guys are understanding that, it's key to this. We're all in this, for the first time, and we're all trying to make the right decisions. And, I think just against a team, you have to show a little bit of different look, and you got to change things up. And and I foresee that being something that we're going to keep going with. I think that it's all about the opponent in that game and making adjustments.
Thank you, Bob.
Michael.
Okay, Coach. You guys had a 3-1 lead off the sticks of Kane and Gregor, but then they came back and tied it up. And then with less than 2 minutes left, it looks like it's going to be yet another overtime game. And then, of course, Burns, he comes in and knocks that in. So what was your mindset at that moment, knowing that this might be headed to another overtime?
Well, I mean, between the second and third, the message was, let's not sit back here. We got a 1-goal lead and we want to get after these guys. Where we're having success was putting pucks behind them, playing in their end and generating speed through the neutral zone. I thought at the end of the second, we sort of clammed up a bit, and when they got that second goal and they had a big push, and that was a message. And, got into some penalty trouble in the third. But what I really liked is the way we responded and we got after him for, the middle part of that period, and we had some real strong shifts. I think it was around the 10-minute mark. I think it was a Cooch's line started it. And then the next couple lines that came over the boards, actually, we had some great zone time. So I just, proud of the guys. It's never easy winning on the road. And, we've been on the road together for a long time. It's really important we collect some points at the beginning of the season. And we found a way to win. And that's huge, because last year, a lot of times that we found a way to lose. So it's important for this team for their confidence.
Okay, thanks, Bob. We'll have a couple players coming up next.
Thank you.
Timo Meier here. If anyone has any questions, let's get started. Kevin?
Timo, how did you view going to the third line tonight? Did you take that as Bob trying to send a message, or were you just think he was trying to spread out the offense and you were getting new line mates?
I mean, playing with Gregor and Gambrell, I think it's two good hockey players, so I think it was an opportunity. Gregor with his speed and obviously Gamby, I think we had a lot of fun out there.
What was working for the line as a whole tonight? Because you guys were obviously pretty effective.
Yeah, every time we stepped on the ice, we tried to make a difference and then use our strengths, and it worked for us. So it was, like I said, it was fun to play with those two guys.
Curtis?
Timo, you had a front row seat to Brent's goal there. Tell us what you saw from that play.
Yeah, I saw it pretty close. So kind of looked like he was losing the puck a couple of times, but pretty fancy how he dangled around and put it in the back of net. So huge goal for us.
Yeah, what does it mean to get a win like this, against a quality team? How much of a kind of a lift does this win give for you guys?
Yeah, after the last game, it's obviously big to tie this road trip here in Minnesota up with another win after we lost against them. So it's a good bounce back performance.
Shane?
Timo, it seemed like you did a really great job tonight of hanging on to the puck. What was the difference tonight?
Yeah, just playing with a little more confidence. Tried to skate more, and like I said, it was good. Two good line mates, and we try to help each other all over the ice, and then starts in the D zone. So yeah, just try to improve my game.
I guess a follow up. You mentioned having more confidence. Where did that come tonight? Just you got off to a good start. Is that where it came from, or where else might it have come from?
Yeah, just not overthinking stuff. Just go out there, play my game, and every time I get the chance to go on the ice, try to make a difference in whatever way you can and contribute to the team.
Any other questions for Timo? Okay, thanks Timo.
Guys.
Yeah, thanks.
We have Ryan Donato here. If anyone has any questions, let's get started. Shang?
Well, first, Ryan, how good did it feel to score, against the Minnesota Wild there?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's a good hockey goal at the end of the day. I think it felt better knowing the fact that I've had so many opportunities the past couple of games and it didn't score. So, it's funny how sometimes the ones that are, least expected go in. And I was just happy it did.
And what did you see from Brent Burns' goal right there? And just can you talk about that emotional lift that you guys got, must have got from that?
Yeah, that was disgusting to say, for lack of a better term. That was a very highly skilled play by a guy that can score goals. So, at that point in the game to do that, it's unbelievable.
Curtis?
Right. How much does a win like this, a game like this, bring a team closer together?
I think a lot. I think we've done sometimes when things aren't going well, things can get pretty negative. So, to finally have a positive outlook on the team and know how we can play. If we play a certain way, we can win and have fun. It's definitely a fun outlook, and hopefully we can keep it going.
Do you feel you're starting to establish yourself on that line with Logan and Kevin?
Yeah, I think playing with those guys is just a matter of learning each other's tendencies and just kind of feeding off each other. I think once we start, the more games we play, obviously they're going to happen really fast, the better we're going to get. And hopefully we'll create more chances and also be a team, a line that can play in defensive situations as well.
Kevin?
Ryan, obviously you look at a season as a whole, any season, and you can point to certain moments where things, get better or things turn south. Obviously, not just Burns' goal tonight, but maybe the way he scored it. Can that be a big boost just for the group where, it's such a sick goal that everybody can kind of, feel better about themselves moving forward here?
It's tough because you just want a goal at the end of the day, but when it happens like that, you just you can't help but laugh just because it's just so outrageous. For us, I think we were just wanted any chance to finish the game, and to have a guy do it in style like that, it just it picks us up and hopefully it creates some momentum.
Michael?
All right, so how important was it for you to get that goal near the end of the first period? Then, of course, that got Kane and Gregor to get 3. So you guys got 3 straight goals after they went up 1-0 early in the period. So how important was your goal to end the first period?
I think it was pretty fortunate, to be honest, but it definitely felt important. A team that plays good with the lead. Minnesota does the right thing. So to get a goal with a minute left, or it was like 50-something seconds left, is huge because it kills momentum, and obviously it creates a different outlook going into the next period. So, Banker made a great pass, and it was just a blessing that the puck found a way in the back of the net.
Any other questions here for Ryan? Okay, thanks, Ryan.
Yep.
We have Brent Burns here. If anyone has any questions, let's get started.
Yeah.
Michael?
All right, Brent, I guess you could say you're the hero for tonight. Got the game winner, even though you guys go afterwards. But what was the mindset at that moment? You were headed towards overtime again, and then when you did the backhand, it put you guys up, and you were able to hold them off.
Yeah, Jonesy was huge for us again tonight. Made some huge saves at key times. What was I thinking? I wasn't really thinking. That's probably what happens in those plays a lot is you don't think. Hurdle won a great draw, and yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things. It's just nice to see it kind of work out, and weird with no fans there. Me and Mario were laughing. We're the only guys screaming there for a bit, and yeah, it's just a big win. I think I talked about it before. That's I felt like that was probably our best game by far that we played so far, and most complete. Competed hard. That would have been a tough one to lose. I think you really want to. You lose that first game, you have to win the second game, and we were up, so that was nice to get that and feel good about it. I think the game was coming, and we were competing hard, and that's one you would hate to see to not come through with 2 points.
Curtis?
Brent, were you a little bit fired up after what Greenway did to Hurdle there? I mean, did that kind of feed into the emotion of maybe trying to take the game over at the end?
Oh, I think it's. I mean, maybe that shift. I think it starts with Nye, battling hard in the second period there. I think he, steps up as a young guy and battling Foligno and Greenway. I think he showed a lot there. He's a huge, strong boy, and I mean, man, that was nice to see. I think him battling like that kind of got everybody fired up. And then, I think those plays kind of happened. I just thought he was kind of taking some liberties with Hurdle there. That's just a battle. I mean, Greenway's a big, strong boy there, and battles every shift. And, I think we were trying to match that. And, I don't know.
Kevin?
Brent, obviously it's got to be tough knowing now you guys are going to be on the road for at least another 3 weeks. When you go into a game like this, what's on the horizon with Colorado and Vegas coming up. Can this type of win, just the way it happened with the goal like that, can you build off of this, not just because of the win, but maybe because of how the win came and all the circumstances around
no, I mean, I think when you play these little baseball schedule type 2-game series, no, I mean, I wasn't really thinking about the games coming up. I think we'll have time to think about that tomorrow and the next day. And it doesn't really matter. I think at this point we're trying to get our game going and work on the things that we're trying to improve on and play a complete game. And I usually say the same thing. It doesn't really matter who you're playing against. You just got to get points and string them together. You don't want to lose 2 in a row. So you just got to win.
Chang?
Brent, would you say this was your best game on both sides of the ice tonight? And just in general, how would you do you assess your season so far?
I don't really assess it. Don't you do that, Chang?
Yes, I do, actually.
There you go.
But I think you did have a very good game tonight. And Bob has talked about you guys attacking below the circles, the defensemen attacking below the circles more this year. Your goal, is that an example sort of the plan working out there?
No, I don't think that kind of came off of a block shot. Wasn't what we were trying to do there. I think it just kind of happened a little bit, but we have certain things that we're trying to implement and do and try to accomplish out there in the ozone, and we're working on it.